Hello. I just had a duplicate die from suffocation whilst standing in... I don't understand what's going on here. Like, they're actually forgetting to breathe right now, is what's going on. They're actually forgetting to breathe. And I'm not really sure why. It's... There was another one. Harold, what are you doing? Why aren't you breathing? Is it because it's too hot? He's breathing now. Is that what they're doing? They're holding their breath till they die because it's too warm? I have no idea. Anyway, it's very strange. Anyway, obviously, progress is being made here. I just turned down the speed settings a little bit because, well, people are dying for no reason. At least it feels like people are dying for no reason. Old base is still fine, but I wanted to see how it's going. So, I have room for 15 dupes. I have a lot of farmland. Each of these are 15, so, you know, 90 planter boxes should be pretty good. The fertilizer makers will be down here. I also need to get some battery setups going down here. And then what I really wish would get done a little bit faster is the cooling system. We're going to have gas. Going to gather the hydrogen. We're just going to let it float to the top from the various electrolyzers. Going to have a little bit more than I initially thought. It's going to be fine. The more power I put into the electrolyzers, the more likely it is the hydrogen generators will be able to run properly. At least that's what I'm thinking. Got a nice little Weezewarts down here. So this is the cooling system. Let's just go to the gas overlay here. And so here's the plan. Gas will, well, let's just start. Okay, we'll start at the top. We'll start at the top. Gas comes from here, and I need to make this pipe done. Got into this pipe. Pipe comes here. There's a valve here. I will use this valve to open and or close. When the valve is closed, all the gas will go to the hydrogen generators. When the valve is opened, it only needs to be open initially for a little while because it's going to be a closed loop system. The hydrogen will enter into the setup, which will pass through. Well, initially it'll start going into this. This is my hot room. I have thermo switches, and I'll close this off as soon as I switch this up. The hot room will... I want to measure the idea of the temperature after it's all done, in quotation marks. And the idea is that if it's too cold, if the hot room is too cold, then we need to stop cooling things. So this acts as a, just kill the cooling system if it's too hot. Or if it's too cold. If it's too cold, the hot room is too cold, kill the cooling system. So the cold room gets too hot, turn on the heating system. If that makes any sort of sense, hopefully. Anyway, so it'll pass through here, keeping this area nice and toasty warm. These are all Bissolite tiles. And then it'll come down here into our cooling system. The number of thermoregulators turned on or off will be governed by the cold room. Each of these thermoregulators are set to various temperatures. It's probably overkill, and probably will have to end up adjusting this at some point. But for now, I'm just going to go with 3 different temperatures. As you can see, I think they're all on right now. Activate if colder than wrong direction. Warmer than... colder than... If it's colder, if the hot room... no. Yeah. Cold room is colder, then stop running. Yes, okay. Okay. So... Okay, anyway, comes down here. The number of thermoregulators activated depends upon, again, these temperature switches, which I will probably have to adjust at some point. Since hydrogen's working gas, I don't have to worry about the pipes freezing or anything. We'll have our Wheezeworts here. I plan to wall this in a little bit better here. I sort of had to, well, you know, the way dupes work is you have to get them all in here, and then we're going to wall it off as we can. I'm going to fill this up with, not quite sure how I'm going to get the carbon dioxide down here. But actually it'll probably come up from somewhere around here. Just boop, boop, boop. We'll have our gas storage within this sort of general area. I'm not exactly sure, but this sort of, somewhere around here. And again, these valves, but they will eat all the gas that comes through the pipe unless thermoregulator is off, in which case the gas bypasses, and then it comes down both system regulators output, bop, 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 just like this. If all of them are on, that's the path it'll take. If all of them are off, that's the path it'll take. If only the first one's on, then it'll go like this. So I suspect we'll only have the first one on. I suspect after we get things situated, we'll have a situation where only the first one's on or all three are off. That's what I'm hoping. Then it comes up, passes through the cold room, which again helps us determine the heat of the gas pipes. These are all granite gas pipes with reasonably high thermal conductivity. So that should. Wish I could make metal pipes, but you can't. Because that would really help with that issue. So then the gas comes up. I will set these valves to be 33-ish, so that a third of the gas blobs will go along this path, a third of the gas blobs go along this path, and a third of the gas blobs go along this path. And then we will return back down to the hot room, measure the temperature after we've gone through all the schooling, and then back to the thermoregulators. So that's the cooling setup. Obviously we're still, you know, definitely building things here, and Loud Sleeper is definitely a no-no. Diver's lungs and small bladder, I can't think of a more perfect duplicate. Yeah, I should probably get a tasteful memorial for this guy before he starts generating more orbs, huh? You just build it and you deconstruct it. Okay. All these bits are doing their thing. Very good, very good, very good. Again, I've completely given up on the vomiting situation at this point. I have made, you know, a decently nice area in some sort of vain hope that, you know, something weird might happen. Apparently Bert is really bad in the decor. Probably because Bert's dead. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Dead bodies don't look nice. There's your lesson for today. Okay, it's gonna take a while to build the hydrogen gas catcher, but that's fine. They're doing it up. So, this is sort of what things look like right now. Just an in progress sort of screenshot for you all, and we shall see what it looks like when it's done. So, with that, not sure if I'm going to cut this video or just skip over. So, goodbye. Hello, everyone. Give you so things are basically done at this point. Everything's working fine. We have tons and tons of gas here. Electrolyzers have never actually gone off because for whatever reason No matter how much I pump out, it just stays at max gas pressure. So that's nice. But, anyway, we've definitely... The farm is working. I'll get to that a bit more in a bit here, but we're having... Oh, you're just actually just in a bad spot, aren't you? Can you get out of there now? Okay, good. So most things are pretty okay. We've definitely gotten to the point where the game is starting to become a little bit slow and a little bit laggy, and we've definitely reached the point where, you know, survival isn't an issue. We've sort of mostly won the game. Like it would be near impossible for this base to somehow fail. So I think I'm pretty much basically done with this map. Mostly like just... So there's a little something going around with this gas setup. As you can see, I used to have it branch off to 3. Now I just have it one long thing. And then over here, I've had to take out the regulators because this isn't working. If you notice, there's actually no thermoregulators hooked up to anything right now because for whatever reason, these gas pipes are at minus 205 degrees Celsius. I don't really understand what's going on here. It's just staying cold despite, you know, everything. And it's not delivering that heat to... I mean, it's obviously delivering heat to the farm since it's obviously cooled off the farm by a lot. But it's... Like, the gas isn't heating up despite me taking out all of the thermal regulators, and it's kind of a little bit ridiculous. Just how different these temperatures are, and I would really expect a little bit more, you know, just a little bit more pass-through with our heat here. Should be, I mean, if watts per meter per Kelvin, 200 Kelvin difference means that there should be a lot of watts transferring across these meters. But that's doesn't really seem to be what's going on. But again, the game is really starting to get a little bit on the slow and laggy side. I need to figure out the cooling system because it's a little bit over effective for not being hooked up, and you know that's just interesting. So there's that. Everything else is fine. I think we need to. I think I need to wrap this base up basically, and so this will be the last video, unless something crazy happens. But you know, I suspect I want to start thinking about making a new base, waiting for next patch, see what new cool and interesting things they might add to the game, which will, you know, a little more bug fixes, a little more everything. But it was, you know, I mean, this is a fun game. Like I'm very happy with the progress. My superstructure is, you know, doing its job. You know, it's just not as perfect as not. At some point, these guys are going to freeze, I suppose, because the hydrogen is just so cold and it doesn't change in temperature. It's just not warming up. Like the gas pipe was cooling down, but the hydrogen's not warming up. It's just very strange to me. I'm not really sure. I think there might be a little issue with their heat transfer algorithm between pipes or something. I'm not sure. But hey, it's keeping the farm cool, so it'll just not last forever because eventually it'll get too cold. They'll just have to cut it off, and then that's a pain because that's what the thermoregulators are supposed to be for, and that's kind of. But yep. If anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Interestingly, we have bristle blossoms sort of just growing around the fridge. They just litter the seeds on the floor. But yeah. Yep. not really, you know, just everything. I mean, we didn't go to the magma, I suppose, and there's things we could have done with the magma if we had Wolfram have, you know, temperature issues or something, because no pumps can pump magma or melted phosphorus or any of the other fun things that I thought about doing. We didn't do any liquid oxygen or, you know, converting the polluted oxygen to something, which it certainly seems completely reasonable given the amazing ability of this hydrogen to just stay infinitely cold despite cooling the entire farm from 40 degrees Celsius to 0 degrees Celsius. You know, so that's a thing. For now, I think I'm going to wrap things up. So, thank you all for joining me on this journey. Again, we're just to the point where the only thing I could do would be just to make things bigger, and that just gets laggier. I've been sort of, ooh, I got rid of these ladders so that they can walk faster across the gap. Woohoo! I mean, it's just, yeah, fine, sure, whatever. Everything's fine, everything's good, and obviously there's a lot of things to do better, a lot of, you know, next time, this farm, I want to smash tiles, I want to not try to go, you know, the natural thing was cute, but it doesn't really do much. These mesh tiles also take up a lot of metal. I've been noticing that I'm having to mine metal in particular. You know, I have a lot of everything except for metal. So just you know, maybe there's some way to minimize metal usage. This in particular is probably not particularly metal efficient, but you know, whatever. Things are things. Everyone's at 100% stress. You know, maybe we could try, you know, try to actually go for a lot of paintings everywhere to keep stress down. I mean, there's definitely improvements to be made, but at this point, this is so OP. I don't really feel any particular need to continue this base at this point. So, with that, I want to thank you all, and bye.